What's up, guys? It is your boy Airsoftfatty here, and I'm here to bring you guys today a storytime video. Before we do so, I'd like to take a second to thank our sponsors, Off Grid, for showing some love today and some support. Well, we appreciate them every day. That being said, we're going to hop right into this. It is a story that took place between December 2019 and Valentine's Day 2021. And it was a situation I had to deal with that I got myself into when I was in a very mentally vulnerable space and an emotionally vulnerable space. And the person that did this to me was a very heartless motherfucker who still to this day tries to act like a big bully and try to get in my life. Twitch, if you're watching this, leave me the fuck alone. I'm being serious. That being said, we're going to talk about it. It's a little serious, but gets a little funny at the end, so let's just hop right into this. We're not going to try and push it along any longer. Towards the middle or end of the video, we'll do a little talk about what Off-Grid does and just what they do, because, well, if I would have had Off-Grid in this situation, I think I would have been in a lot better place than I am right now. Not to say that I'm not in one of the best spots in the world. Still, it would be nice to have maybe gotten out of that situation a little sooner. So let me take a sip and let's get right into it. So, the situation began December 2019, just a little bit after I had lost my mother, a couple months after. It was during a time when I was forced out of my home, and I went homeless for a while. I was sleeping in a van in negative 15-degree temperatures that were, there was a polar vortex weather. It was a polar vortex winter for Michigan at the time, and I had no back window. It was just plastic, and I had a taped-on side door. I was sleeping in a carpool lane, and I had brought this person on to help me film videos, and that was the original agreement. But then after a while, they manipulated me into basically giving them full manager and almost full ownership of it. And at one point, he had complete remote control of my computers and my phones. That's not a joke. He had this thing called TeamViewer put onto my phones and put onto my computers. Not computers and phones. I just had one phone, one computer. But, yeah. He forced me to have TeamViewer on there and to give him full remote access. Meaning he could look at my files, protected, unprotected, and steal the info as willy-nilly as he liked. He did that, and when he did, he stole the passwords I had saved on my PC for my personal Facebook. Now, my personal Facebook had the last surviving videos of my mother, besides the full force documentary and a handful of videos I have from the past of my channel. And they were the last remaining photos of me, my father, and my old dog, Rum. They were the only surviving photos of that dog and me and my father together. He hacked that Facebook, got into it, and he deleted the Facebook, but not before stealing a very important private photo. Now, at the time, I was in a long-distance relationship, and we had sent some spicy photos. I have one nude I've ever taken in my life. One full-on nude. He hacked my Facebook, he stole that nude, and to date has threatened to release that nude to the public, has threatened to sell... You really gotta go 3 miles an hour with your shitty fucking muffler through my neighborhood that people are using going 50 down? Really? Fuck you. Anyhow, hacked my Facebook, he stole this nude. He blackmailed me with this nude, still continues to try and do so. A lot of noise today. This microphone, by the way, it's a new microphone. It's extremely fucking sensitive, so forgive me there. Enough getting distracted. He ended up downloading that nude. He went and deleted my Facebook. I reached out to Facebook and tried to get it back, but they said nothing to do. Deletes the Facebook. He ends up deleting some of my old gaming sites, too. Like, I still had an Adventure Quest RPG account before he deleted it. One moment, I'm gonna deal with my nose. Anyhow, before I had to take care of my nose before I started running, I had accounts on Adventure Quest RPG. That was nostalgic for me. It just was kind of a a thing to look back on and enjoy. A lot of different like fan accounts that I had for like Star Wars and things like that got deleted. He really did like a complete nuke with all that info. And to date, I have yet to be able to recover any of those accounts. Now, if I would have had off-grid at the time, oh, mi sol leviosa. Sorry, that wasn't expected. I legitimately just tapped my drinking container with a with a spoon that I used earlier for some breakfast when I tried to move it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyhow, if I would have had off-grid at the time, I feel like this would have saved me so much trouble. And I probably could have gotten out of that situation a lot easier and a lot sooner. Now, what is off-grid, I bet you're asking? Well, it's hard to directly categorize, but I consider them like a tech security company that makes devices and things that help you out, keep your data and things like that safe. For instance, they have a bit that you can plug in to, when you go to use a public outlet. If you didn't know, if you're using a public charging station or a public charging spot, fairly active today, but if you use one of those spots, they can actually send and receive data from your phone. Meaning if someone's smart, which there are people who have done this in the past who are smart, and it has successfully been pulled off, a person will find a way to basically send malware through those charging stations and stuff and send them out of your phone. It does happen. Look it up. Those charging stations send and receive data from your phone. Well, they make these fancy little devices that you'll plug into your phone, and then you plug it into your charger. It'll charge it, but it'll act like a gate. It's like a border almost that says, okay, we're only letting electricity through, and anyone that's trying to send data, you just got to turn around and reject it. It's paper, please, basically. But the product I wanted to show you that I think would have done the most for me in that situation is I call them jamming bags. They have a name. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But I call them their jamming bags. These bags they have designed are made of a material that when you place a device in, like a phone, it cuts every type of signal that could go to that phone and from that phone off. And I have a very easy way to display this. We have the bag here. This is one of their most basic bags. It's one of them for their phones. You could probably put a small tablet in here. And I have a speaker. And I'm going to make sure the speaker's on, that it connects to the phone. And I'm going to play a custom rap song that I have recorded specifically for this test. And I might release it. It is a rap song that I decided, heck with it, if people are just going to rap about sex, drugs, and boobies and titties, then, well, we're going to rap about boobies, titties, and sex and drugs. So, let me know what you guys think of this hook for the song that I'm working on. Here we go. And, by the way, we're going to use this moment to show you guys what I mean by it cuts all data. So here's the speaker. So here we go to prove that it is coming from the speaker. Boobies, titties, ass and pussy, ass and boobies, titties, and ass and pussy. And as you can see, it comes from the speaker. And ass and pussy. And we're going to go ahead and drop the phone in. Because every guy's a big guy. It's closed off, sealed. Now if I open it. Boob and pussies, I said some titties. And said some boobs and pussy. So, I'm going to turn the speaker off now.
Just powering off.
Now, as you guys can see, all you gotta do is drop your phone in, and any kind of signal, data, stuff like that would go from your phone to anyone or from anyone to your phone, cut off completely. And, unlike most devices and stuff, you can just immediately pull your phone out and just use it again. Like nothing fucking happened. And it doesn't mess with your electronics. It doesn't cause any issues. It just works. So yeah, let's go ahead and try to get the story ended off just right and let you guys have yourselves a good time. So, that being said, of course, there came a time where I got home from a particularly rough day of recording, and I had maybe 3 hours to sleep before the next recording, and I had a hard time sleeping. So I went to use my phone to watch some porn. I was gonna, as they say, spank Boots the monkey. I was going to go ape on myself. It was going to be quite a good time. But as soon as I pull up Pornhub and I start watching a video, I start going to town. About 3 minutes later, I get a phone call from this very person, the old manager, and he says, "What the fuck do you think you're doing watching porn right now? You should be asleep." I said, "I know, I can't sleep, so I'm watching a little bit of porn to help me sleep." Well, that ended off with him coming to my house, literally kicking my door in, and screaming at me, getting in my face, cussing me out because, get this shit, I wanted to jack off before I fell asleep because I couldn't fucking sleep because I was terrified of him. So I figured draining myself as much as I could and putting myself to sleep might actually help me out. But no, I ended up getting no sleep that night. I was forced to stay awake those 3 hours and then immediately go film again after a 12.5-hour film day. That definitely wasn't fun. That definitely wasn't fun. I'm sorry, everyone's a little busy today. But no, that definitely was not a good time indeed. It was, it was a very rough time, and it really wasn't until around Valentine's Day 2021 that I got the bravery and the courage to reach out for help. And I don't regret it at all. And I'm just going to say it right now, if you're going through a similar situation where you've got someone who's abusing you like that, please don't be afraid to reach out for help. Because this person was abusing me on a mental, physical, and emotional level. And not only that, but was sexually exploiting me. He had hacked my Facebook with the info he had gotten, stole my nude, and is continuing to hold it over my head. Thank you, Off-Grid, for sponsoring the channel and giving me the opportunity to share your amazing tech and some of the amazing stuff you're about to come out with, because people like me who are going through that kind of situation will have such an easier time getting out with stuff like this. And those who travel and fear their data being stolen and stuff like that, this could really help put you at ease. I hope you guys all are going to stay safe and healthy. Remember to value yourself as much as you can, because you never know when someone's going to come by and value at a penny, when in reality, you're worth a goddamn block of gold at least. Make sure to stay safe, stay healthy, and, well, remember that if you're going to do any travel on your phone, maybe get a case from Off-Grid. Much love. Stay safe, stay healthy, and, well, I'm peace out for now.